Hello? Oh, hi, darling.
Half a world away, another day. So let's go play on the moon. It's a starry place. We embrace the space while we're miles away on the moon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week of On the Other Line. I am your host, Kelly Keegs. I just forgot my name just there.
No, I could tell that you hesitated a little
that whole
bit.
thing, I had no idea what I was saying just now. I forgot the name of the show. I forgot my own name. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on. My world is upside down and we can't even get into anything. There's a lot of things to talk about. Number one, we have the coronation. All I'm going to say about that really is that it was boring as fuck. We could talk about it a little bit later because the thing that we all need to talk about, the thing on everybody's minds is, of course, Taylor Watch. What's going on? What's going on, you guys?
She's just living her best life, I guess.
What is going on? Okay, so
it's a lot.
before we talk shit, which is something that I'm like hesitant about doing, let's break it down a little bit. Taylor Swift had her 3 shows in Nashville this weekend. Nashville are her favorite children. She gave them everything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not bitter, but I am kind of like whatever. And I would say that as far as concerts go, these 3 concerts this weekend were like appointment TV, whether you were there or not. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like you paid attention. Right, literally. I watched the live every night.
Every night.
Like, there was a live on TikTok I was watching every night, dying for the songs to see what was going to happen at the show. And the reason everybody was so interested in what was going to happen at the show, one, Taylor sees Nashville as her hometown, so it's like a hometown show for her. And so everybody's interested, like, ooh, they're going to get something good, something exciting is going to happen, whatever. People are already watching for that element. And on top of that, there are these new rumors out. I don't know if they were out when we recorded last week about
I don't think they
Taylor
were,
Swift
no.
and Maddie Healy, who is the lead singer of the 1975, a band that I actually really like. I love their songs.
I love the 1975.
Very into it. This information comes to us as a surprise, I would say, at the very least.
A shocker.
Because a shocker. Taylor is freshly out of a relationship, and so, you know, she's playing the field. She's hanging around, she's dating around, she's flirting, she's fucking, let her do it. Love it. Live your life, be happy. Where I have concerns are people are saying that they are madly in love and they've been madly in love for years, and that this is just them coming together after years. And
That just
now
can't be true.
It just can't be
No.
true.
It just can't be
It just
true.
can't be true. So we hear those rumors, and I wrote a blog last week being like, no fucking way, as if. I was like, I know that they're friends. They've been friends for a long time. Taylor performed Anti-Hero live for the first time at a 1975 show back in January. They have been like musician friends for a long time. Taylor heard the 1975's new album like before it came out, and same with Midnights. They like collaborated, whatever. 1975 was going to be featured on Midnights, but something happened with the song where they ended up not including it. So I'm sure we'll hear that song one day, or like whatever it was. I don't know. Maybe it'll end up on one of the re-recorded albums, which would be cool. They are friends / have, I guess, people keep saying they've reconnected through Jack Antonoff, but they've been friends for years.
Public enemy
Literally,
number 1, Jack Antonoff.
Jack Antonoff, listen, people are pissed about Jack Antonoff, and I just want to say that we were joking around calling him her little bitch boy, and we got so much shit for that, but like, relax. It's like Jack Antonoff is whatever. Like, he's over here stirring the pot. People don't forget that he was engaged to Lena Dunham, okay? Like, I need people to fucking remember that, because before we put all of our faith in him, like, yes, he helped Taylor make some great shit, but like, let's remember him as a person, okay? And I don't know. So apparently they've reconnected through Jack, whatever, which again makes no sense to me because they've always been friends. There are the photos of them from like 2015, 2016 wearing each other's t-shirts. Taylor wore a 1975 concert tee. Maddie was wearing a 1989 concert tee. In my head, I'm like, yes, it makes sense for like a weird, like grungy whirlwind romance. He kind of gives me like Russell Brand vibes. He's very he's like an anarchist. Like he says some problematic stuff. I'll be honest. Like I don't know the context of a lot of the things that he's said, but a lot of the things that I've been seeing online are not great. So I'll just leave it at that. You can do your own digging. There's a thread about it, about all the like quote unquote shitty things he's done. I agree with a lot of it. So it's tough and weird, whatever. I do also know that he is somebody who like puts on an act. He has like
he's a character.
He's a character like of himself. So I've had other people reach out to me who know him in real life being like, he's actually really shy. He's a nice guy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, sure, like, we'll see. I don't know. I think that there's a level of performance when people play a character. It's kind of that they want to like play a version of themselves that they're not allowed to be. And I've always felt that way across the board. Like I think that way about sometimes people here who will put on the Ritz and I'm putting on a character, I'm acting like whatever. But it's like, you're just actually being a dick right now and using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
And, you know, the same can be said of me. Like people, it's like, oh, you act crazy all the time. It's like, yeah, because I want to.
Yeah.
And I'm allowed to here. So why not? But so I don't know. We don't know what kind of person he is or what the deal is and blah, blah, blah. My concern, like I said, from the top is that this is true love. And I thought, no fucking way, until we saw video footage of Matty Healy at his latest 1975 concert, which was in Singapore, I think, something like that. Somewhere,
yeah,
I believe
Philippines, I think.
Philippines, yeah, Philippines, because he took a really long flight to like get to
like
Taylor's
Manila. He was in
Manila.
yeah.
That's
Manila.
right, to get to Taylor's concert in Nashville, and which was wild. And you only really do that for your girlfriend, so sure. And apparently, well, not apparently, actually, I saw the video. He, while singing a new song called "About You," where the song is basically about someone saying like, did you think I forget about you? I hope we end up together in the end. It's a great song, but it's very much like a lost love come back together type song. He, during the performance of this song, into the camera, wherever it was, mouthed, "This song's about you. You know that, right? I love you," is like what he mouthed into the camera. Then at Miss Swift's first night on the Nashville tour, in the middle of Cardigan, which I am not ready to give up, she said the same thing, mouthed the same thing with him in the audience.
Looking very sultry, might I add.
Looking very sultry. I was like a sexy thing. And I'm telling you, like this cat
She's
and mouse.
rustling her hair.
Totally. This cat and mouse situation is sexy. It's undeniably sexy. I like it. But I will not surrender Cardigan to Matty Healy. I won't do it.
No, I won't.
What the fuck? That is one of my songs that I cry every time, no matter what, when it plays, because it's such a sweet song. And I have assigned that song to Joe. I'm sorry. Like that song is Joe Alwyn picked her up from the ashes and brought her to life. And that song, I know it's on, it's Folklore, yeah? It's Cardigan. I know it's on Folklore. I know that those songs aren't real and it's supposed to be like about James and whatever. I don't buy all that. I think that like, yes, she definitely is a storyteller and yes, she makes up songs and scenarios and whatever, but I do think that they stem from a place of reality. That's how you make stories. Totally. Because you have an experience that you've had. And I would say, she's never like, I don't know if she's outwardly said that about, she said it a little bit about Speak Now, actually. In that clip. Last night, Sunday night's Nashville concert, before she played Mine from Speak Now, she said that Folklore and Evermore were kind of like, oh, we're writing these storytelling, whatever. But I used to kind of do that also during Speak Now. I was just kind of exaggerating scenarios in my head. And that, I think, has a little bit to do with this song. And it probably stemmed from like a real life situation. And if she's fucking singing, "This is for you, I love you," in the middle of Cardigan, then we need to revisit Folklore. And James is Matty Healy.
Yeah.
So like this goes deep. So that's what I'm saying. I need a word from our girl because I need to know if I need to start doing digging. I need to know if I need to go back in time. I need to reassign all these feelings to somebody else, or if I need to just completely disregard them. Like, I don't know. What did you see?
Well, you brought it up in the video that we made, but Bejeweled, when they're like, and when I meet the band, they ask, "Do you have a man?"
And I say, "Don't remember."
Yes.
The 1975 has merch that says "The Band."
I hate
Where people are like, "Oh, when Joe and Taylor were on a break, she went to a 1975 concert."
No.
And that's like, "Oh, do you still have a man?"
When were they on a break?
I don't know. Like that's where it's kind of like people are kind of putting pieces together.
True.
But it's like, oh, Joe and Taylor were on a break. She went to a 1975. Well, because she went to that 1975 concert, or I guess that was after it came out. But like, she went to a 1975 concert. Joe and Taylor were on a break. Then it's them, the rest of the 1975, being like, "Hey, Maddie, does she still got a man?" And then she's like, "I don't know."
Right. So, do you got a man? I could still say I don't remember. Yeah. In my head, like that song. I don't even know who I assigned that song to in my head. Definitely still like Joe. Like I thought it was.
I thought it was like that's
she's
like
hanging
a
out with like Calvin Harris or
Joe.
something. Yeah,
like
no, in my head it totally is now.
And like now, yeah.
Especially the message behind Bejeweled being like, "You're not letting me shine."
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just you're too insecure to let me shine. Mm-hmm. Like I just never would have thought like that way about him. I guess.
I know.
And I guess so many people are saying that Midnight's is a breakup album. And to be honest, when it came out, I was enjoying it and loving it, but I wasn't in like a breakup mindset at that time when it came out. And I was kind of like, if I was going through a breakup, this would fucking slap. Like everything about this would be amazing, whatever. Since then, I've had moments where I can, I'll cry my fucking eyes out to it. And I've liked it more from that lens. So I guess it does kind of make sense, sleepless nights, whatever. I guess too, Midnight's kind of gives you, or you kind of already have that caveat of like, we don't know when these songs are from, which is also maybe why she did that. Because we could always say like Bejeweled could have been about anybody. Bejeweled could have been about Calvin Harris.
That's why I don't like being like, oh, well, this album came out this recently or like most recently, so it has to be about X.
Totally.
Like she has a memory. Like
100%. Yeah. And these songs are all over the place.
Yeah, she can recount old experiences.
Exactly, which also lends into the theory of like if Cardigan's about Maddie Healy.
I guess it could. I mean,
people are saying like, wow,
just
so
because
ballsy.
she was dating Joe at the time, it could.
Right. Yeah. Could have been about him like before they started dating.
I think we're getting we're jumping the shark a bit of like Maddie Healy was at the concerts this weekend and all of a sudden Cardigan is about him. Like I think we're maybe jumping the shark a little bit.
I agree, but then why is she saying that shit in the middle of it? That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Coming from somebody who constantly says everything I do has a purpose, it just makes me wonder. But I'll say this too. Knowing that she's somebody who everything she does has a purpose, she has never done something like that on stage where she knows that 100 people are going to get a clip of it. She knows it's going to go everywhere. She knows people can read her lips. She's on a fucking Megatron. Like we know what's going on. Why is she doing that? Which then brings me all the way around to like, am I woke on this situation? And is Maddie Healy just like featured on Speak Now? Or
I was just going to say, or he's just in a Volt song from Speak Now.
Right. Or they're just friends or whatever. But I have heard from numerous people who are close to him, close to them, and they are not secretive about it. They are kind of all over each other when they're together and that they're flirting and hanging out and having a good time. And that's what I'm hearing. And I just don't know how to feel. Here's the thing.
Taylor.
Here's the thing. And this is how I know that I'm insane is because Taylor's having this like, whoa, I'm being crazy moment. Like she's going through a breakup and she's becoming like a breakup bitch. She's, slipping back into a Reputation era type bullshit. I don't really need to do that right now. But I feel like I have to now because I have to be in line with my girl Tay. Like I have to act unhinged like her. So like I need an emo boyfriend now.
I know.
I need somebody who's I don't know.
I will not be joining you guys on this journey, but you two.
Yeah, I need something. I need a nightmare right now. I need to get destroyed, like emotionally. It's been a while.
I will support you both on this journey.
I mean?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Shit is a little numb up there, so I think we need to wake up.
Yeah, I mean, happy concert week to you.
I know.
Oh fuck, that's right.
I know. Saturday.
Oh my God. Do you think he's gonna be there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, look out for.
Yes, we'll have our very own boots on the ground.
And I'll have my tomatoes ready to throw at him. Yeah.
Straight up.
But
oh my God.
Saturday, I'm gonna die.
I am so jealous. Holy fuck. Okay.
I'm so jealous.
I know.
Oh wait, there are other developments too. You're going now in
got
Cleveland.
tickets.
Love it. Oh, I love it for all of us.
I'm so excited. I got tickets. Thank you to the man on Twitter who DM'd me. I got tickets.
Yeah, what a move.
It pays to be a bitter bitch on Twitter sometimes.
Yes.
I'm so excited. It's like the most perfect timing of like the concert I'm going to, and we have off that week, and it's in my home.
It's so good. Yeah, what a chips fall into place situation, and I knew it. I knew that we would all be going.
We
to
manifested
and somehow, some way, whether we all end up going to New York or if we all just have our own separate things, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be amazing regardless.
Like I can't even fucking wait. I'm so excited, and I didn't have to like go into debt over it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's such a.
And now it's like
the real fans deserve it. The real fans will get there. It'll all happen.
Right.
I'm really excited. I may or may not be going to one, but I'm not going to talk about it right now.
Right. We have to have things develop.
I am too anxious about it falling through, but I could be doing something exciting. So I'm pumped about that.
We went from 1 of 3 to possibly 3 of 3 in the matter of one episode.
Exactly. Like it's crazy.
I just can't.
Crazy.
And now I got to think of an outfit.
No, I know. I ordered a dress. It's still not fucking here from Love and Lemons, and I'm really excited.
I want to look on for Love and Lemons because I love your dress from Love and Lemons.
I got a really cool long to the ground floral but sheer, and it has some kind of, I don't know, it's funky. It's either gonna look amazing or it's gonna look ridiculous.
I think it'll look cool. I feel like you would rock something like that. I do like that.
It's very so I was trying to think, how am I gonna dress? Like whatever. I identify with so many eras. What am I gonna do? I bought these white over the knee kind of cowboy boot feel, but they have pink flowers in them. I just have those. I have this other dress. It's kind of Lovers / Evermore folklore vibe. I have this other dress that's very Evermore. I don't know. I keep finding myself wearing these big flowy things, and so it's gonna end up being that, I think.
But now before, I was always worried about what songs were gonna be played, but again I had no reference of okay, well, I'm gonna be there. Now now I'm on Gia's camp of like, oh shit, every night means way more to me now.
Totally.
Because now I'm like actually going to go.
Because now you've got some skin in the game.
And I'm going to Cincinnati on July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I got time,
You
which
got
is
some time.
my enemy.
Time is your enemy at the moment. You got some time, but she does. You know what I think is that she is holding out some of the best ones for the end because she doesn't want to use them all up because then people aren't going to be excited. You know what I mean? Which makes me nervous. Like people every single weekend they're like, oh, she's gonna play Long Live, blah blah. I'm like, she's gonna play Long Live at the last fucking show. Like if she play, you know what I mean? Like I would love for her to play it at whatever show I'm at, but that's like her. You know, her ballad song that everybody can't fucking wait to hear, and I just feel like she's gonna give that to the last people. But okay, speaking of the songs, what do we lose?
Okay.
Would have, could have, should have is a big one.
We lost some big ones this weekend.
We lost big.
We lost Sparks Fly.
Big L.
Teardrops on My Guitar.
Fine.
Out of the Woods.
Big L.
Sad.
15.
Sad.
Would have, could have, should have.
Huge L.
And 9.
Devastated.
Those-
I'm devastated by half of those, at least.
4 out of 6 I
Would've, could've,
15 was a big one for
15
me.
sucks. I
Yeah.
wish that, I
Love
didn't even
that
realize
one.
how much I wanted
I
that until I
know.
heard it. I was like, fuck, okay. And then I would say
Out of the Woods is a
Out of the
big
Woods
one.
is a good one, but I will say, like,
I love Out of the Woods, but it
Me
was like
too.
acoustic, so I was like, I'm fine
it's
with
not
that.
as like rock and roll,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And also too, like,
Should
I
put it
love
on
that
the set
song.
list.
I feel like it's played all the time. I don't know. It's that'd be like, I'm not aligned with that song as strongly as you think I would be.
Yeah.
I am. I love that song.
Would have, could have, should have. Another one that, like, of course, I would have loved to hear. Although that is on Midnights, and she did say I can play Midnights
Yeah,
songs
as much
as
as
I
you
want.
want,
But
yeah.
you know, Aaron Dessner was there and whatever. I would say that that song. Watching her perform it, I've watched now a million TikToks of it. I love the passion behind it, and it makes me even more excited for Speak Now, which was announced on Friday, July 7th.
Yes.
We can
Yep.
speak now. I'm excited too. Yo, what
So
a weekend for you! So
excited.
you're gonna see her.
I know.
And then it's 4th of July, and then it comes out.
I know.
It's gonna be amazing.
Big.
Great week.
We
It's a
were
really
we
good
were
week.
together when that news was happening.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I saw you guys. Yeah,
Our shit got rocked. Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm so pumped about it. I think that I've heard again through the grapevine that Speak Now was supposed to come out months ago. Like they had to change the date a handful of times for whatever reasons. I guess like shit going on legally, shit going on with press and the concert. Who knows?
Right.
But I've heard they've had to change it a bunch of times, so I'm just happy that it's coming out finally. What are our predictions for the rest of the albums? Do you think that they're all going to come out this year?
Yeah, I feel like it just makes sense to do it for the Eras tour. Like,
Totally.
have each album come out, like, but I don't know. I feel like maybe she wants to save them for like.
Maybe. I thought for
but-
sure they were all going to come out before the tour even started.
Me too.
'Cause
So
was
did
like,
I.
then
I thought
can
she was
play
just gonna
whatever she
do like a
wants.
nuclear bomb, do all of
Same,
them at
and be
once.
like they're all out.
Yeah.
Listen to it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
That's
mean,
not
why
like
would you
her,
if you
though.
can like really pump up
Yeah.
each kind? I
Right.
noticed on so Friday everything was flashing purple, and then the Speak Now announcement, the bridge in Nashville turned purple.
Yeah.
I also loved seeing ahead of time there were TikToks of people like up against the bridge, seeing like filming the
the purple filters,
like,
yeah.
over the lights, which is just a level of crazy. Again, like I always think that there won't be a new level of crazy, and then the Swifties outdo themselves.
Yeah.
I love that anybody would even notice that and
Yeah.
think about it, and they were correct. So we love that. But they were showing the purple on the bridge, purple in the stadium, whatever, and then the rest of the weekend they were showing blue. Like
I know.
1989. So I
Yeah.
thought for sure it was going to be one announcement each night, and it wasn't
Right.
like that. I wonder if maybe it was supposed to be. I know that the rain probably screwed up a lot of stuff for people last night. Sunday night, the Nashville concert was just a torrential downpour the whole time. She started 3 hours late,
Yeah.
but she did it. Still did it. It rained half the
She
time.
loves a rain show.
She loves a rain show, so that was great. I was watching.
No, I'm
some
scared
of the
she's gonna get
lives.
sick.
I'm scared she's gonna get sick. I'm
gonna get
scared
pneumonia.
Right. I'm scared she's gonna get pneumonia. I'm scared she's gonna slip and fall. Like it's very slippery in rain, and I don't know how she's running around. She got those big ass heels on. She's got all
she got
kinds
her
of shit happening.
Louboutins.
Yeah, so I'm nervous. She still has that. She fucked up her hand. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
A couple shows ago, she like, not on the dive. She did something else, like during a costume change where she like fell and hit her hand, and so she now has this thing on her hand. But last night when it was raining, she was like wearing a glove on top of it.
Oh.
Because I guess she has like a ace bandage and then a glove. It was crazy. It's just funny to see, and so we're praying for her on that.
We also got Nothing New
What
live
else?
this weekend.
Oh, Nothing
Yeah.
New was at both shows, all three shows.
All three, yeah.
all
It's
three.
like I think it's added to the set list when Phoebe's
when
there.
Phoebe's
I would
there,
assume,
which
yeah.
I love, and I think that makes
I love
sense
that
because
song.
it's great. Because any show that I would be going to, Phoebe will be there. So
See,
Same.
I'm
don't
sad
even
because
care.
Phoebe's not going to be at my show, but
Oh,
that's
that's
okay.
a bummer,
That's
that's a
okay.
bummer.
I can only ask for
who's
so much.
who's opening for
Muna
yours?
and Gracie Abrams.
Oh, that'll be great.
Mhm.
That'll be
I
great.
don't know any Muna songs, so I'm
I
excited
don't know.
about that.
I don't know if I know Muna either.
I think they're silk chiffon.
Oh no way!
I know that song.
Oh, I love
think,
that.
I like that song.
Oh,
Okay.
that'd be
Yeah.
good. Good
Yeah.
vibes. Good vibes.
I
Good vibes.
think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
Oh, also at Nashville Night 2,
Oh, don't.
Maddie Healy played with Phoebe Bridgers.
And they also sang Cool About It, Boy Genius, which is just
Oh,
Gia and I's
yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
blow.
Can I say that I
Love that
missed the
song.
boat on Boy Genius? I know them because here's the thing. I've always said this. I like Phoebe Bridgers. I respect her. She's great, whatever. I'm not like obsessed with her music. It's just not.
I get that. I feel
Yeah.
like it's a very specific
I
Yeah,
love
like
her.
the sound is fine. It's
Yeah.
just a little, I don't know. It's
a
I've always
unique-
kind of, yeah.
Taste.
It's very yeah, I've said this before I think on the show that we just have different traumas, and so she sings about traumas that I
Yeah.
don't know about, so I can't identify as
She
well.
has daddy issues.
She has daddy issues,
Yeah.
which isn't really this isn't really
It's
my,
not your piece of cake.
yeah, not my piece of cake. And so but I then I equate Lucy and Julian in the same way, so I don't really know them as well either outside of their group because they both have their own stuff.
Yeah, so they're
Yeah.
like Lucy sings Night Shift.
Dacus?
Lucy
No.
Dacus.
Dacus. Okay.
You've got the night
Yes.
to fight. That's
I
her.
like that. And then Julian
Hot
Baker.
and Heavy is such a good song by Lucy Dacus.
Yeah, I would know it if
Yeah.
I heard it probably.
It's so I think you would like Lucy Dacus. She's a bit more. She has like some like more like upbeat stuff.
She reminds me of King Princess.
Lucy
in,
Dacus
in looks, yeah.
Oh,
They look alike,
Interesting.
I think.
really?
Yeah, Lucy and King Princess, yeah. You don't think so?
Maybe
No.
the shaggy haircut, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll have to look again. But I think that they I'm gonna look at Lucy again.
But
Yeah, similar vibes. Very
okay.
similar vibes to me. Anyway, so and I love King Princess, but anyway, so I would say that for the Boy Genius fans, well, obviously devastated to see this. But does that mean that Boy
I'm
Genius
hoping
will be at
maybe
all
they
all
keep coming
the-
back.
Yeah, like
but
why
I don't
not?
know. I don't know if it was just a special Nashville thing, but
Them singing Cool About
I'll
It.
see this weekend, I guess.
Yeah,
True.
them singing
Is-
Cool About It was a
Is
huge.
Phoebe
Yeah.
so much bigger than them that she has like a whole her whole? I guess she's done like tours on her own,
Yeah,
right?
I would say so.
She's way by far the biggest.
definitely
Got it.
bigger than Julian Baker, but
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Well, I like that they're doing the band. And I like that Taylor let it come through, and I feel like she would encourage that moving forward. So we love that. What else? Anything else Taylor related? I don't even think so. There's just so much.
yeah,
so much
no,
drama
just
with
a lot
that.
of, just like Nashville really got lucky.
A lot
Those
of Nashville
bitches.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all we can talk about.
Yeah.
We'll keep our fingers to the pulse on the Maddie Healy situation, but it sounds like I need to start letting it settle in that they are, if anything, casually fucking. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna have to let that go. I'll keep everyone posted on the emo boyfriend that I'm gonna collect in the next week or so, and that'll be that. Speaking of other things that happened this weekend that were totally overshadowed by Taylor Swift, the coronation of King Charles.
Snooze fest.
No one cares.
Yeah,
No one
literally.
cares. King Charles is a piece of shit. We all know that. We hate him. It even looked like Charles didn't want to be there. Like the whole, like I watched it. I
He's
woke
just
up.
so old. He probably doesn't even know where he is.
Right. You know, he's only 76 though.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
he's
God, I
like
thought he was
not
like
that old. Like I
85.
keep thinking like, oh my God, no. He just looks a million years
Yeah, he
old. And he
looks
just
so
looks so
old.
fucking miserable all the time.
And he's done enough hard, mean things in his life
right, exactly.
to make a full
Camilla's
lifetime.
older. Camilla's older, I think, by a year or two.
That witch.
But God, what a
Did you see
fucking
the
witch. I
clip
can't
like when
stand
they
her.
sing and they're like Viva Regina Camilla,
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
Long Live
yeah.
the Queen Camilla, and it
Yes.
sounds like she has like wide open vagina Camilla.
Yeah.
So funny.
It's just the worst. I can't respect him. I can't respect her. I wrote this in a blog on Saturday that I think that she is just like has Charles on strings. Like she's the puppeteer. She's always been this. She's always tried
Totally.
to, like, yes, I do think that they love each other, but I also think that she is like
Haven't like
social climber.
multiple family members been like she's god awful?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I also noticed that they worked in her family. Her family was like involved in everything. Oh my God. And there's also major drama.
Saw that.
Yes, with so we haven't talked about this much. on here because last time we were talking about the royals, it was all about Harry, and I don't think
when
this
the Queen
new
died.
news. Yeah, I don't think this new news was out yet. Let me look at the name of this girl. So Prince William has been accused of having an affair with another woman for a long time. Her name is Rose Hanbury.
Yeah.
I almost said Danbury because I'm watching
Bridgerton.
Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story, which is fucking awesome, by the way. Must watch.
I just
So
started the
good.
first episode. It's really
Fran
good.
texted me yesterday being like, have you watched it yet? And I watched 5 and I fell asleep during the 6 because it was like 2 a.m. But anyway, so Prince William has been accused of having an affair with this woman, Rose Hanbury, and it's like it seems to be common knowledge that it did happen. And people are like, yeah, this happened. It's a nightmare. We're moving on. They're trying to squash it in the press, like all this stuff, whatever. In my head, I'm like, yeah, like father, like son. Like, what a piece of shit.
Literally.
Kate Middleton is a queen. Like, she doesn't deserve this either. But she's like a very strong bitch. And she I think, has the better mindset to like be cheated on and still run the fucking world. Whereas, you know, Diana, she didn't sign up for any of that. She didn't want any of that. That sucked for her and it was horrible for her mental health. I think that Kate is probably just like numb to it. It's like, fuck you, fine. I'll make the scene. I'll look great. I'll look good. It's all about me now. In the procession for King Charles, all of the grandkids were like walking behind him. I guess 6 grandkids there are. I don't know. And maybe less. I don't know. One of the kids, the only kid that was in that group that was not royal and was not like a direct grandkid, was this girl, Rose Hanbury's child, who people think is illegitimate child of Williams. And I never heard this before. About the child. I heard about the affair. I never heard about this child.
I didn't hear about the child until this weekend.
And so apparently, like, there's some shady shit going on over there, and I don't know what's happening. And again, like, whatever. Like, if there's a kid, there's an affair, blah, 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 that's all fine. Why is it, like, maybe this is their way of it not being hidden?
Yeah, like, wait, why would they, like, let that be?
I have no idea. So that is something strange. That's something that we found out over the weekend. The coronation was so boring that the most interesting thing that happened was Katy Perry not being able to find her seat for 30 seconds. It wasn't even that long of a time. She just looked in the most normal way, looking for her seat, and it went viral everywhere. I could not believe.
Weird.
Like, could not give a fuck.
Could not give a fuck. There's also this old British man who looked like he was wearing a wig and
people
Jeffrey
think that's
Dahmer glasses. People think it's Meghan Markle.
Markle.
Yeah,
dressed
that was
up
funny.
in a disguise. Hilarious, absurd. Obviously, it's not Meghan fucking Markle. It's ridiculous to even think.
This is not the Princess Diaries.
I mean, really, like we're not putting prosthetics on and like coming in. It's not like Master of Disguise.
No.
Like,
Also, couldn't she, if she wanted to, have just gone?
Oh yes,
Like, she didn't need to wear. It wasn't like she wasn't
invited.
invited
With Harry. She didn't want to go, and Harry didn't even want to be there. Like, he was there. He was hanging out.
He wasn't in the.
He wasn't in the thing. No, he wasn't allowed to be in the thing.
The waving thing.
He came out, hung out with his cousins, and bounced immediately. Went back to the United States. It was Archie's birthday, so got to get back. Good for him. He paid respects. I'm sure in some world it meant something to Charles for him to be there, even though that nobody spoke to him and he wasn't really a part of it. So I don't know. But if I'm him, if I'm Harry, would you still go to this? It's like your dad's big day, and your dad, and after all that shit that went down, after the book, after the press, after everything, are you still gonna go?
I think it's so hard for us to even comprehend something like that.
I know.
Like, your dad is becoming the king of England.
Right.
That's such an odd thing to say.
It feels like you don't want to
to
like regret it later in life, or like if he dies.
Right.
Like, you're like, damn,
right.
I
Like,
didn't
even
go.
though you have daddy issues, like, your dad, like, I can't even comprehend that. Like, it's not like your dad's getting a promotion at work. Like, your dad is becoming the leader of a country. I just, no matter what, it feels like something you can't miss.
I agree. I
Like,
think I would have done the same
and
thing.
I'm not a Charles fan.
No, I hate Charles, but I think I would have done the same thing. I think I would have shown up.
It's such
if not just to show face and then leave.
It's such a bigger event, and I know that people in England are against the crown and all of that, but at the end of the day, it's such a historic event, no matter like how you slice it.
Yeah.
That it's like, I think you just, at a certain point, like, part of you is like, I have to do this for my family.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even comprehend something like that.
I'm with you. I think it's all fucked up, and I guess he just did what he needed to do. I think he did the
bare minimum, which is
totally.
Yeah.
I think all of it's really sad. The more that we talk about, like, you guys know I'm obsessed with the royals. I'm always talking about him. I cried when the Queen died, like, whole thing. I feel bad for these people. And I know that people don't like that and don't like agree with that because they think, oh, well, they're rich, they sit around, they do nothing, they're famous for nothing, whatever. Yes, that's all true. But I feel bad for them because they have never lived a real life. They have nothing to compare it to. They have no idea what's normal. They have no idea how to act because they weren't raised in a world where they can act like normal people. And I think now even with Harry's book, like the oversharing in the book and like the weirdness about it, like if you watch the interviews of him talking with Meghan, he was like, I recognize that I am not a normal person and I will never know what it's like to be normal because I didn't grow up that way. I grew up a certain way, and now he basically, in fewer words, said like I have to undo all of the shit that I had in my life. Like I'm just trying to learn how to be a human being. Like I just don't even know how this is. So that's great for Harry. But Charles, William, like all these other people still have no idea what it's like to be normal. Charles has never once lived a normal life, had normal people around him. Camilla's not normal. Camilla is always stuck in. The most normal person that was ever around him was Diana. And he kicked her to the fucking curb. Right? So it's like he doesn't want to be normal, but he also doesn't know what it's like to be normal. So he's just like a brainwashed puppet at this point. Right. And I feel bad that he'll never know how out of touch and ridiculous that he is. He'll never know what a scumbag he is because he really never saw any repercussions. Same thing with all the other kids. Prince Andrew never will know what a fucking scumbag he is because he's just, he's been able to, his mom paid to get him out of jail, whatever. But he has to, like, I don't feel bad for him because he's a pedophile, but I feel bad for him because he has no fucking idea what it's like to be a normal human being. Like he just doesn't know. And William is kind of the same, but I do think that Kate helps.
Because she was normal.
Right. She was normal, more normal than Camilla, for example. Like Camilla was from
Camilla was squeezing her way in any way she can. If 100%. Anything, she hypes up his ego because she wanted to be in his life.
She's manipulative. Camilla's manipulative. From where I'm sitting, she's manipulative as fuck, and I'm not having it, not here for it. I feel like Kate was the opposite for William, and that maybe they were really in love, and she's just like a polished person, and so it all worked out. And who knows what their life is like now if William's fucking cheating on her, but that's the situation. But I don't know. I wonder how much longer like this will be allowed to happen. You know what I mean? Like the royals do nothing. They've done nothing for a long time. The queen had like a little bit of say in parliament or whatever, but really it was just she's kind of sat there. She wasn't making laws, wasn't like making decisions really. And I know Charles is going to do jack shit. And then if William comes around, like what's he going to do? You know what I mean? He's just, at what point are these figureheads no longer figureheads for England? And I was talking to Nick and Tommy, who were over there, boots on the ground, and they said that the general vibe was everybody hates this guy and no one's excited, and everyone now like really outwardly hates the monarchy. Whereas before, when it was the queen, people were like, it's the queen, queen mom, granny, like people like, she's a little old lady, so it's a different vibe. And now with Charles, everyone hates him so much that I don't know what will repair that like royal image. I just don't know. I think this cuts it off. I think obviously Prince William and Kate and have that not Diana like charm because everyone loves Diana so much, but that more sympathetic, like you can like them more with the kids. But I think Charles marks the end of this like the royals can do no wrong. Like respect. Yeah, which sucks. I think that in the future, William and Kate are going to fight an uphill battle, and it's going to be this whole thing. Although people are, I guess William gave a speech at the concert that happened on Sunday. And which, by the way, the concert of like Katy Perry and Lionel Richie, like they just got the cast of American Idol to come through. Like that's nice. That's cool. But no one wanted to perform. Yeah. Everybody said no.
And Nicole Scherzinger, who wasn't she also an American Idol judge at one point?
I think she was at one point. Yeah,
I think she was America's Got Talent.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Got Talent.
Still,
yes, facts. Yeah. I also think she was X Factor. I think she's bounced around. I think she's been like on a bunch. Anyway, but I do think it's kind of nuts that like people were so outwardly hating. Like Elton John basically said "fuck you," like because he was Diana's friend. You know what I mean? Like there's so many people who flat out refused to be involved, and that's interesting to me. But William gave a speech like honoring his father. Huge stage for him, by the way. I watched that speech and I was impressed by him because I feel like I've never seen William give a speech. You know what I mean? Like maybe I have over time, like
at like a small public event,
sure, or like he's giving a speech at an event. I've seen a clip of it later. This was like a massive stadium live event that he's up there giving a fucking speech about. So
that's like broadcast to the whole world,
totally. And I thought he did really well. I thought he held himself together. I thought he said some really nice and caring things about his father, whether his father deserves it or not, that's up for debate. But I thought that he was just sweet and nice, and the sentiment behind his speech and his words and whatever was hopeful and kind of sad, and it just again made me feel bad, but it hit really well with like the viewers. Like people are being like, well, sweet William, can't wait till he's king. So there might be like a total resurgence for William because people still have that sympathy for him because of Diana, and they just think he's a genuine guy. But you know, that remains to be seen. If we've got Rose Hanbury over here, I don't know.
I also just can't believe that Camilla's the Queen of England now. Whether it's
so
consort
gross.
or not, I don't care.
She's so gross.
It's like Camilla is the Queen
her
of
teeth
England.
are so jacked up. Like I know that
Bro,
that's like a
she's
low
so
blow,
jacked up.
but you know, for British people talk about their teeth,
Nah,
but her
she
teeth are
sucks.
so fucked. Like I've never seen.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
My whole TikTok this
Gross.
weekend was just like all anti Charles and Camilla, and
Yeah.
then like cuts to Diana edits on TikTok.
Of course,
That's
of course.
hilarious.
Or I saw a lot of Diana stuff, and I saw a lot of Princess Charlotte
Yes.
looking exactly like Princess Diana.
Princess
Did you see
Charlotte,
that?
Yes.
Like having the same glares
yes
and same mannerisms.
They looked at people are.
I
people
love
are putting
Charlotte.
Charlotte in a place of. They're really raising her up. They're loving Charlotte.
She's so
Is that the
cute.
little girl?
The little girl.
Yeah.
Her and I have the same birthday also.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Twins. Taurus.
Love it. Yeah, love it. Taurus girlies. I would say that it's funny to me. I don't know how these people like make these thoughts or see these things and are like, oh my god, yes, queen, like go off, serve. But Princess Charlotte was like giving all these looks, you know what I mean? Like she's a little kid. She obviously
She's
has no
8.
idea. She's 8 years old. She has no idea what she's doing, but she was like serving face the whole time. Like,
No, she was.
hilarious, to the point where now people love her. But like, what's crazy is she's not going to be, you know, it's George. It's going to be king. Like it's not going to be, she's not going to be queen anybody. She's going to be Princess Charlotte forever. And so
Which
I don't know.
Kind of good for her.
Yeah, no, good for her. But I'm interested to see like if we're going to keep up with this, keep up the royals for as long as they live, then I wonder if that will be an issue. Like Charlotte will be so much more likable than George in the future. You know what I mean? Like that's what people are setting it up to be, and they're literally children. So it's just kind of crazy. It's the whole thing is nuts. It's weirder to me now watching it just because I feel bad for all these people, like I said. But whatever. Definitely watch Queen Charlotte, the Bridgerton story on Netflix. Obsessed with it. Trying to think what else I just watched. What's that shit with Elizabeth Olsen and Jesse Plemons?
Oh.
It's like,
Yeah.
it was so good.
Where
It's-
yep.
I gotta look it up.
I've heard good things.
Elizabeth Olsen, Love and Death, it's called. I watched that. Excellent. Or I'm watching it currently. It comes out like every week, and it's really good so far. So catch up on that if you haven't watched it. And for the last bit of the show, I'm gonna give a little bit of before I talk, I'm gonna talk about the book. Talk about the books I'm reading. But is there anything else that happened this weekend? I was so deep in Taylor Swift stuff that I don't even think I saw anything else that happened this weekend. Like, did anything else even happen that we're missing? Because
No, not that I know of.
I know nothing. I took a lovely walk on Saturday, hot girl walk for like
So
3
did I.
hours. It was so beautiful out. Loved it.
I don't
I'm
think
also
so.
I've been using cord headphones lately for these long walks because I usually have my AirBuds, and for some reason my fucking AirPods are just like, you know, they don't work. They work sometimes, they cut out, in and out. They're like the first gen, so maybe they're
Mine are
just too
so
old.
gross.
And yeah, and so I'm like, what the fuck? So I probably had to get some new ones, but I've just been using the cord ones, and I forgot how much I love it. The cords are great.
Cord headphone renaissance.
Until it'll be great until it gets caught on my shit when I'm like walking around and I remember why I hated them in the first place. So that day will soon come, I'm sure. But
I don't know if anything else
I
happened,
think
honestly.
like again, I was so deep in the Taylorverse that I couldn't think of
Yeah, I
anything
feel like
else.
nothing's been going on.
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. I'm redoing my bedroom. Did I tell you guys this?
Oh, I keep seeing your TikToks about
Oh
it.
God, I know. I just keep saying it. I just keep like, I'm redoing my bedroom, but I'm like in the middle of. I threw out sorry, I still have them in my house. I'm donating them. 4 trash bags of clothes. All this bullshit. Spring cleaning vibes, big time. And it's killing me. It's really hard to do that shit. It's so hard to get everything out of your house. I'm a little bit of a hoarder. I'm trying to like make my room look like an adult's room and not just like full of pink and weird shit. Like I'm just trying to be, you know, whatever. So that's been hard for me. If you guys have any tips, as to like throwing things away that you don't want to throw away, please let me know because I'm really bad at it. But okay, last thing I want to talk about. We've been talking about it nonstop. I've been talking about it nonstop. The A Court of Thorns and Roses book series. I have finished the first 4. I haven't started the 5th yet. I'm about to start it.
Is that the Court of Starlight?
No.
Or is that the
Silver Flames is 5? Court of Starlight, I think, is what I just finished.
Silver
the 4th
Flames
one.
is the best one.
No, that's what everybody is telling me. I posted it on my story yesterday that I was about to start listening to the 5th, and everyone's like, "This is the best one." I just don't know how it can get any better than 2, which was like so amazing to me. It was so good. But okay, so my thoughts so far on the series as a whole is fucking amazing. We know this, whatever. They fought the war. Oh fuck! I wanted to say so fucking badly, and I can't believe I didn't say this on one of the other episodes. Just as like a guess, but I kept thinking it in my head, and then I kept thinking like, no, it's so stupid. I'm not even gonna call it. Their dad being involved in this shit. Yeah. Oh my fucking God. When every time they reference him being like, and he's been gone forever, and thank God he's gone. We have no idea what he's up to. He's on the continent somewhere. He's doing this. He's doing that for work. I'm like, this man is bringing an army together, and he's gonna come fight the fucking king with you guys. Like I knew this was happening, and it's crazy that it happened, and then he got killed right away. And now so sad. Just a quick break. I think now it's at the point where they're living in the town or whatever. Nesta, the sister, she's hating her life. She has PTSD. She's going out in seedy dive bars and living in the slums, and she's like doing all this shit. And I was annoyed by her for this, like the whole first half of the book, the 4th book, which is a short book, so it was really quick to get through. I was annoyed with her. I was like, what an ungrateful little bitch. Like, why? This is the time for family. Why are you isolating yourself? Like, what's your fucking problem? Whatever. Then I had to remember that for some reason, Feyre is so obsessed, or not obsessed with, she just seems to like process all of this like violence a lot better than her sisters. And I think that maybe has something to do with the fact that she was like a hunter and had to provide for her family and always had to like swallow whatever the fuck was going on with her to deal with other people. So I think that makes her like better at dealing with like war and all this other shit that's going on. Whereas like Nesta and Elaine are comatose. Like they do fucking nothing. Like I mean, when they stepped up at the end and like killed the king and whatever, that was
when
great.
they went into the cauldron, like I think that really fucked them up.
Oh, totally. And I'm wondering again. Neither of them will say like what happened in the cauldron, but it's like, why aren't you fucking like? Why would you not tell? You are stuck in this new world with all this new bullshit and powers and whatever, and you're confused and you don't know what's going on. But you're in the new world where all the stuff that happened to you would make sense if you just explained it to somebody. Like, and they can help you make it better and whatever. These bitches are so silent. They will not say what the fuck happened in the cauldron, what the fuck happened to their lives, like how they see things differently. Like, what are you withholding? You know what I mean? Like, it almost makes me suspicious. Like, it makes me suspicious of Nessa specifically because she has this like darkness in her and she doesn't want to see it. But it sounds like she always kind of had like an issue and this pent up anger or feeling, energy, emotions, whatever it is. And now it's all, coming out, and I have a feeling I'll say this out loud. I have a feeling something fucked up is going to happen there with Nesta. Like, she's got these powers. I thought that her powers would come out and we'd see it all and it would happen during the battle, and it did a little bit, but it seemed kind of lame. Like, it was kind of a letdown. Like, she didn't like blow all these people off the earth, which is what I thought she was going to do. So I don't know, but we had like almost every main character we thought was dead and they came back, including Rhysand, which like I was fucking. I know. Can I show you a photo? I forget if I said it to you guys or not. I was fucking sobbing, and I was gonna post it on my story about how hard I was crying, and then I was like, no, this is embarrassing, so I didn't post it. Look at my
That's face. Hilarious. Oh my god.
This was me listening to the book in my room, trying to like throw away clothes and like do whatever. And
That's
I
hilarious.
kept stopping in the middle of the room and just like listening and picturing it, and it was horrible. Like when he was dead on the ground and they're all dying, and then like they're putting, all of the High Lords from all the different courts are coming through, and they're putting in their magic and whatever, and then like Tamlin shows up, and I'm like, Tamlin showed up, and now Tamlin's fucking depressed. Tamlin's gonna kill himself in his Springcourt house. He is not okay right now.
He's in a dark place.
I'm feeling bad for Tamlin. Like,
I know, I felt a little bad for him too.
Like, he sucked and he did a lot of fucked up things, and like he's lost and whatever, but he just seems like such a such a bro douche that he like didn't even know. You know, that's how I view Tamlin, as like this
he's
bro
stupid,
douche.
low-key.
Yeah, right. He's just dumb, and like this crazy thing happened to him, and he doesn't get it. He's like, oh, that girl doesn't like me. Like, well, I'm so hot. Like that's just Tamlin right now, and he's just pouting about it. Whatever. I also think that Lucian and Elaine like are just not gonna be together. Like they just are not vibing at all.
They're
like,
not at all.
Lucian is so obsessed now with his like human friends, and it's like that's a twist I never saw coming because he was so anti-human at the beginning, I felt. And then he's hanging out with Jurian, who like I don't know if I trust Jurian. Like he just seems convenient for him to all of a sudden be like on the good side, whatever. And then I would say that who else? Let me think. I don't know. Everybody seems to be, I think that's probably how we're supposed to be feeling. Everybody seems a little unhinged and a little unsure about what's going on. But I did love at the end of this most latest book, the 4th, how Feyre has now started this little center for like these kids in the town to draw their emotions and like draw these creatures that they saw to try to like help with their PTSD from fucking war. Again, like it's war. Like war is going on. Like these people their parents are murdered in the street and stuff. It's like so intense. Like
it's very
more
intense
than you think. And I also like that they're baby making now. They're fucking.
I know. I kind of hated that, to be honest. Because she was so like, I don't want to have kids. And then all of a sudden,
hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that they're fucking for babies. But I did like the passionate sex.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. Like,
Yeah.
This is what a descriptor. Like this is again. I keep saying it's like fairy porn. I'm not kidding. Like
No,
I think people think I exaggerate all the time. Yes, I'm not exaggerating on this one. This is like, if you are a listener like I am, do not listen to this like with your family. Like do not listen to this on a road trip with your mom. Like don't do that. Like definitely not. And if you're reading it, just watch your face because people are gonna be like, "What are you reading?" Like it's gonna be like that vibe because it's very sexual, extremely sexual.
Just wait till we get to book 5.
That's what people are saying too. Ooh, I can't wait.
Nesta is a horny bitch.
Is she?
Oh my god!
But that is also too like in the most recent one when Feyre had to go like find her in some dive bar and she's surrounded by all these bros playing poker or whatever the fuck she's playing cards. And Feyre's like, oh, like who did you pick one to like go home with or whatever, like trying to be bitchy? And she's like, I haven't decided yet. I'm like, yes, bitch, like let's go, get your fuck on.
I know you gotta kind of get used, like not used to her, but like get through the first couple chapters and stuff because like she is such a hard-headed bitch. Yeah, she's a total bitch, like for sure. You kind of like learn like more about her and like you. Like by the time that I was done with the book, I was like, wait, I think I am Nesta.
No, that's what I meant to say before, and I got off track, of course. I meant to say that at first I was annoyed and whatever, she's a bitch. But then at the end of that book, when we kind of were from her perspective and she was talking about having to go to, she came home and she's like, I don't even want to start a fire. She's like, she's depressed. She's depressed as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, she like saw her dad get his fucking head snapped.
And she said something like, I can't even handle the sound of a crackling fire. Why doesn't anybody talk about how much it sounds like bones breaking? And I was like, fuck, that sucks. So okay, so she's obviously has all this inner turmoil. Like, what is she gonna do about it? Whatever. And if she's gonna fuck her way through it, I'm there for that. I'm here for her.
Yeah,
that's all fine. I also appreciate Amryn. Oh my god, when I thought that Amryn had like 2-timed the whole squad,
I know I was confused by that.
What the fuck?
I know I was so confused by that.
It was so insane. And then I thought that she was always going to sacrifice herself. I always thought that because I was like, this bitch constantly is talking about how she's too old, how she's miserable, how she like, isn't of this world. Like, I feel like they always made a big point of that. So I was like, all right, she's definitely going to sacrifice herself and it's going to be like an emotional moment. But I didn't think it was going to look like she was betraying the squad.
I know.
And that's what it looked like at first. And then it turns out she wasn't. Now she's human or high fae, whatever. And she can't drink blood anymore for sustenance, which is funny. But she is getting her fuck on too with the hottie. With the hottie from the summer court.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Valerian.
Yeah.
Valerian, I forget his name, but Valeris, because Valerian is
Valerian Steele from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
All of the names in this
I know.
Or is Valeris the name of the town?
Valeris is the name of the town.
Valeris is the name of the town.
Wait, I forget what his name is. I forget what his name is.
Viserys? That also is Game of Thrones. All of these names are very Game of Thrones. But so she's shacking up with the guy from the summer court. We love that. And it's all very sexual.
Is it Tarquin?
Now. No, Tarquin is the head of.
He's the
Lord.
big.
He's the High Lord, which I like him. I like Tarquin. When for a second when I thought that that Rhysand was dead, I was like, well, she could just get together with Tarquin now.
It's Varian.
Okay, Varian. I was thinking she can just get together with Tarquin now because Tarquin likes her and like she needs a High Lord. Like she's the High Lord of the Night Court, or the High Lady of the Night Court. Like she needs a Lord, you know. And they can just combine summer nights. Is there a better combo? So I had that whole thought when he was dead on the ground for 30 seconds. But trying to think what else did I love? The third book was so good. Like I also thought it was so much war, like I said, but people weren't hyping up the third book the same way they were the second. And the second was great because it had so much like sex and love and like the discovery of this feeling they have together and whatever. But I thought that the third had so many interesting things, and they tied in all of the characters. Like the Surreal came back up again and, you know, died in our arms. They had the Weaver comes through, the Bone Collector, like all these freaks in this universe, like all came together to fucking fight. And I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome too.
Like when they started the war too, like it just was sick. Everything about it was cool.
I just feel like book 3 kind of just dragged out a little bit.
It did drag out. It was way too long. I was going to say that next. It did not need to be that long.
Yeah.
A lot of the repeating happened during all that. But I did like I liked when she went back and fucked up Tamlin's like whole court. And oh my God, I also forgot when she fucked up Ianthe for like raping everybody. Like I'm saying that because that's her vibe. She just would like assault and rape men. Like it was fucked up. Yeah. And she broke her hands.
Yeah,
and,
that was
like,
crazy.
Fucked up her mind and was like, you'll never touch anybody ever again.
Yeah.
Like this is fucked up, whatever. And I appreciated that she did all that. And then I loved later, what a satisfactory moment when she is in the forest and she's close to the Weaver, who is a crazy bitch, who looks for beautiful, youthful people to eat and then become beautiful, which is like that in itself. I have to look up back in my like Greek mythology. I think that exists. That person is a different person in like the Odyssey.
Right.
Like, that person Circe, maybe, I think is who that is. But I might be wrong there. I'm not sure exactly. But so that story is kind of familiar. And I thought it was interesting that, you know, the Weaver comes to be a part of the fight and blah, blah, blah. And then in the fourth book, there was something about talking about the Weaver. I guess there was somebody who weaved, and they kept calling her the Weaver, but it was confusing me because of like the monster, the Weaver. But what they said kind of applied to the monster, the Weaver, where it's like these horrible things happen and you can't help yourself if you're a monster and whatever, but you need to do something with your hands and create something with your hands to like get that feeling out. And they all said that the Weaver, the monster, would like kill these people, but then she would like weave them into her, whatever her the fucking quilt was, her like skin quilt, I don't know. And in my head, the way that it was described as like feeling guilty and needing to like weave it into her thread of life as like like just because I'm beautiful now, I can't forget about what I had to do to get here and what I had to do. And something about that was interesting to me. I was like, this is a weird way to like show guilt, but I guess people do that. Like murderers do that. Like they'll, you know, they have keepsakes, or they like, you know, they'll show back up at the scene of the crime. Like they'll do all these weird things that are like, they need to see what happened and they need to see and feel like guilt, or like test if they need to feel this guilt. I don't know. There's a lot of, I want to do like a deep dive when I finish this whole series, because I feel like there are a lot of underlying messages in it that have to do with real life that we're just like shoving into a fairy story that are really interesting. And even though our girl Sarah J. Moss, whatever, repeats herself all the time, I do think that she's a very good writer.
Yeah,
I
agree.
That she paints a picture like nobody's
very
business. Well. And the story is excellent. So I'm really excited for the 5th. And I think by next week I'll probably be done with it.
Yeah,
so
5th
we'll
is
talk
the
about
best
it then.
book.
And I can't wait. But all right, I think that's it, ladies. What else? That was 20 minutes of Court of Thorns and Roses. Good for me. Proud of myself for that.
I'm shocked with how much you can remember. It's so hard for me to remember.
It's because I've like just done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm reading them back to back. Like I'm so in this story right now.
Yeah.
I also think it too. Like I always am. I know it's so annoying. I keep talking about how I listen to it, but I like to listen to it so much because I paint my own picture while I'm doing other things. And like, I stop in my tracks to listen to certain parts. Like I'll be like cooking or whatever and something crazy will happen and I'll be like, wait, what? And I'll rewind something again. Like I just need to like make sure that I've heard like what was said. And I do think it helps with the story versus reading, where I can kind of like glaze over while reading and all of a sudden 5 pages go by and I'm not going to go back and read them again. But like I will rewind a story a couple times if I need to hear
like
something.
I'm like the opposite.
Yeah.
Like if I'm listening, like I just drown it out.
Tune it out. Yeah.
Like I like to just sit and read and like.
Yeah.
That's what I focus on.
Some things I like to. Like this kind of book is good with listening, but there's another book that that Frances suggested to me. I can never remember the name of it, but I bought it and I want to read it. But it's like it's a real life book. Like every book is about like real life or like, culture, social patterns, like things like that. I'll read those. I'm not going to like listen to a narrator because I'll fall asleep like a history class. But if it's a story like Harry Potter or this bullshit, then it's easier to kind of like get lost in it. But all right, I think that's it. Taylor Watch will continue.
After my show.
I can't wait to hear about it.
We're manifesting right where you left me.
You've
made it. You've made it.
It's
time. Stop, because I still have one night.
Okay, well, it's
the
third song she plays this weekend.
I just know she's going to do it on Friday.
No, she's not. Because she's going to do it for you on Saturday.
She's going to do it for you on Saturday.
Please, Taylor. Please.
She is.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, come on, Taylor.
So the third or fourth song this weekend will be Right Where You Left Me. That is all we need for Gia. And we will see you guys next week.